What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Gets the cross-up. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Jays on the pressure with the projectile. Decides to puff up while they can. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. The Vuha stalk to the brim. Look for them to turn up the heat now. Parries the projectile. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Did well to get the buff in there. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Trying to read each other here? They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Burnout is triggered. Misses the drive impact. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Anything could happen here. Player one in trouble. They're going for the super art. In there. Player one with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up?
Round two. Fight.
Are we going to see some fireworks here? Projectile to try and change the situation. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Checks with a medium kick. Medium kick hits. Oh, starts to pry them open. Player one will look to apply pressure here. What a reaction to go air to air. Drive gauge gap here. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. Feng Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Gotta be careful. Just goes for it at this range. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Fight. Round. Fight.
One step ahead of them. Bumps up. They quickly get back into the corner. There's the counter we wanted. Player two is barely hanging on to their last bit of drive. Will this drive gauge gap decide the round? Solid anti-air. Pokes with a kick. Perfect tech. All stocked up. Where's the Full Hawk? Risky play, but it pays off. Player one needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Slams on the brakes and shuts out the counter. Notice him turning it right up with the tops off the tank and scores the win.
Juri.
That was catch as catch can as you're gonna get in a fight. HP maxed, side quests done, and the skill tree's fully unlocked. Let's get it on.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Still slugging it out here. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Stays cool and counters. Takes a trip. Decides to puff up while they can. Did well to get the buff in there. Can't tech the throw. Very solid corner switch. Juri kick for a mix-up. Player two will look to apply pressure here. Experiencing burnout. Feng Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Player one has depleted their drive wheel, but they are still within range to win this round. Closing KO. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Jumps in. Jumps. Player one will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. This may be it. Uses the gauge for a super arc. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. RYU666. Player one will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Scrapping it out up. Look, they're going for the super arc. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Both fighters planning something? Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving back to center stage. Just go for it! Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. A projectile to say, get off of me! They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Flatline zone. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Puts one in the pocket. Goes for the fireball. The Fuha stock to the brim. Look for them to turn up the heat now. Player one blazing through that drive gauge to try and set the pace. Holds out with the block. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either. Knockdown. Life lead opens up. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Gets some. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Overdrive art? The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Feng Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Did well to get the buff in there. How's this round going to develop? Player two needs to use the threat of the corner here. A quick breather. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. Pops him with a shoulder use. Player two holding up. It's a good spot to use the super. Is this gonna kill? They're not dead. This fight's not over. They get the win by sustaining good corner pressure and not giving them any breathing space. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Checks with the projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? All right. They're not gonna allow any jump-ins. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Okay, they trade hits. Decides to buff up while they can. Their life is looking get some. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Buffs up. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Breaks their guard with a throw. Nice counter. Still slugging it out at this range. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. Fuha's there to give them even better returns on their investment. Lots of Fuha banked and plenty of avenues to race. Throw is denied. What a lead! A slant on the brakes and Shut closes it out. dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell him what's good. Two of the biggest lab monsters are about to get it going.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Puts one in the pocket. Still slugging it out here. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Close them. What's next? Knockdown. Did well to get the buff in there. Takes the chance to hurt him. KO! Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Are we going to see some flash? Activates the super and may try to make something happen here. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Can they keep on him? Player one has a slight life. A quick breather. Player two will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. Checks with a medium kick. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Pokes with a medium kick. Gets a risky buck in. Side hustle to start something in there.
Juri.
That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Puts one in the pocket. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Trips them up. Player two has them legit shook in the corner. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Life lead opens up. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be this KO? Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Creates an opening with a low heavy? Who's going to start things off? Did well to get the buff in there. Player one didn't manage their drive properly through that round. Meter management is absolutely vital, and they need to manage it properly for this coming round. Their spacing is so on point right now, but who's gonna blink first? But oh, burnout triggered! What'll happen here? Player one will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Triggers the feng shui engine. The real Juri's coming out to play. Took him to the corner in a flash. Can they keep on him? Player this is gonna hurt. Player one with the rhythm, owning crowns him from above. Whoa, critical art now? What a finish! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight!
Scuffle! Quick step forward! Medium kick hits. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Both absolutely refusing to give up ground. Buffs while they're blinking. Player 1 has the burnout. Did they mean to do that? Player 1, oh, engine's cranked. This could be trouble. Jump! Here comes the corner pressure. There's a burnout. Both fighters' drive gauges might be burned out, but the fire's still blazing. Nice clutch anti-air. This may turn into a big chance. With medium poke. Okay, here we go. What are they gonna do? Both fighters are hurting. What's gonna burn out, but they may have a plan here. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. What a statement! Are you serious? Double KO! We're in for something special right here, right now.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight!
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Lots of aggression from both sides. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Player 1 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Takes a trip. Anticipated that counter and blocks. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Checks with a medium kick. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 chases them down. Side switch in the corner. Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent. Just goes for it at this range. Neither fighter can use their drive move. Out a super art. Smart choice to use that attack to do chip damage and get the KO to take the round. Player 2 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum.
Round 2. Fight!
This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Decides to meet them in the air. Smart play with the throw. Both fighters planning something. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Still slugging it out at this range. Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Superb reactions on display. Player 1, meet reversal. Close range projectile. Jumps. A quick breather. Connects with medium kick. Side switch in the corner. Oh, burnout. Did they mean to uses that wall pressure? Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
A little bit more.
Final round. Fight!
Scuffle. Barely blocks the jump in. Bumps up. This may turn one step ahead of us. Okay, here we go. The pace quickens after trading hits. Dangerous range here. Shakes things up with a fireball. Fights back with authority. Buffs while they're blinking. Reads the jump in perfectly. Aims for the shin. Burnout. Did they mean to do that? Looking for a hold. Close range projectile. This is gonna hurt. What now? Player's clutch anti-air. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Grab them! Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. What are they gonna do? Oh, engine's cranked. This could be trouble. They are done!
Juri
Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win. Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with a projectile. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. What are they thinking here? Player 2 chases them down. Takes a trip. Player 1 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Knockdown. Did well to get the buff in there. Checks him with the projectile. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Goes for the jump in. Jumps. Grabs him. Medium kick hits. Triggers the feng shui engine. The real Juri's coming out to play. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Can they keep on him? Jumps in. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Blocks it. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to tank. They must have a game plan here with a critical art on. Finishes with the throw. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Fight. Round. Fight.
Keeps him and throws him. Throws a fireball. Juri kick for a mix-up. Both fighters are standing firm with plenty of health remaining. Goes to the air. Rolls up a buff? What are they gonna do? Pokes with a kick, meets them air to air. Nice fireball. Okay, nobody blink. Pass into the feng shui engine. Jump. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. But knocked them out of the air. Lays down a side hustle. Genius read with that throw escape. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? They're in range. This can lead to some big damage. They can't get chisels them down. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Gets backed into the corner with pressure building. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Taking stock. KO! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Did well to get the buff in there. throws them to negate the block. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Can't tech the throw. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Grabs and throws them away. Player burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Feng Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. They're backed up into the corner. Both fight experiencing burnout. We have super arts on deck. Yo, critical art now? Yo, we're dealing with a real gambler here. Low on life and is so willing to risk it all on this critical art to deal the cash money damage they need. Okay, here we go. Player 2 anti-air in the clutch. This may turn into a big chance. Crowns him from above. Breaks through with the throw. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Gets a chance at that jump in. Checks with the projectile. No good on high. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan. Grabs them in a dire situation. They can't get some. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. Who's going to start things off? Projectile to try and change the situation. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Looking for a chance. Goes for the jump in. Both fighters planning something? Shows the medium kick. Jumps in. Not much life difference. Took him to the corner. Feng Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Buffs up. Knockout. This is gonna hurt. Tops off the tank and scores the win. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Fight. Round. Fight.
It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. The drive impact doesn't work. Crowns him from above. Excellent block. Which pumps the brakes on the impact. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. They're going for the super art. Their spacing is so on point like burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 is in burnout. Connects with the throw. Loads up above. Sticks out a kick. Close range, clutch, anti-air. Closes in. Reversal. Target combo into. Back into the corner. What setup do they have? Pass into the Feng Shui engine. Oh, come on, kid. Why would you use the super? I can't believe it. Answers with a fireball. They are done. Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win. Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Decides to go in with the target combo. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Taking stock. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Did well to get the buff in there. Medium kick hits. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 has completely used feng shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Finishes things off with authority with that big punish counter. Player 1 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Decides to buff up while they can. Smart play to stop the opponent there. Risky up-close scrap still going. Grabs and throws him away. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Going in. Medium kick hits. Drive gauge gap here. Saihasho. Burnout activated. They must have a game plan here with a critical art on deck, but executing that plan is the key. Throws them! A quick breather. Oh, snipe! Player 2 can't critical art now? Wraps it up with a throw! Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Give me that drama, give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Player 1 has the life lead. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Starts off zoning with Fireball. They're being absolutely relentless with this Fireball pressure in the corner. All right, what's coming up next? Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Takes a trip. KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Shoryuken? The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Very slick with the combo. Goes for the jump in. Knockdown and player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Uses the gauge for a super art. Feng Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Going in. Player 1 gets him with a Euro step. KO! Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to bait him with the projectile. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Puts one in the pocket. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Decides to buff up while they can. The Fuha's stock to the brim. Look for them to turn up the heat now. Blocks the ambiguous crossover. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Life lead opens up. Experiencing burnout. Juri kick for a mix-up. Player 2 chases him down. Feeling out the spacing. Even with both fighters in burnout, this may be the time to strike and take the round. Player 2 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Who will pick up super hard? Burns a bar to unleash KO. Player 1 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent.
Round 2. Fight.
This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Close up. What's next? Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Saihasho to start something? They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. They back the opponent into the corner, now to apply the pressure. Gets a risky puck. They were right to be on guard there. Oh, burnout triggered. Activates the super, and may try to make something happen here. Player 1 might have just shifted this round into high gear. They're stunned. All they need to do is get enough damage to finish it. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Oh, here we go. Flatline zone. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Gets back with a well-placed drive reversal. The drive impact nets them a sweet punishment. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Player 2 has the life advantage. No good up high. Knockdown. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Okay, they trade hits. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Nice tag. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. They trade hits, and now their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either. Picks the drive reversal, ends with a projectile. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Feng Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Coughs up. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Big opportunity now in this corner. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Very slick with the combo. Goes low. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Whoa! Critical art now? Are we gonna see a comeback here? One chance here may end this match. Experiencing burnout. Looking for a hole. Sets up with the jump in. This is a critical moment. Lays down a Saihasho. Player adds a bit of OD spice there. They both decide to ease the tension and back off. Oh, banks it on the fireball. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight!
Somehow manages to block the jump in. This unleashes some big damage. Shows some excellent block. Both fighters look to set things up as they continue to jostle for position. Player 2 can't use drive anymore. Saw it all. This may turn into a big chance. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. What now? Overhead attack. Fireball solid and closes it out. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight!
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Sees the drive reversal coming. Finds the time to squeeze in above. No good up high. Good anti-air. The Fuha stalk to the brim. Look for them to turn up the heat now. Does a good job of pushing back. Brushes off the impact. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Knockdown. Goes for the super art. Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? They decide to take a breather to regroup. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. KO! Player 2 with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out?
Round 2. Fight!
Are we going to see some fireworks here? Decides to buff up while they can. Shoryuken? Very slick with the combo. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. What'll happen here? Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Throws a fireball. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Their feng shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. A real test of nerves here. Reversal. Dangerous range here. Gets him with a Euro step. Zones with the fire. Finishes it with the anti-air. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
To be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight!
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Finds the time to squeeze in above. Goes for the fireball. Player 1 blazing through that drive gauge to try and set the pace. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. That was a solid anti-air. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Checks with a medium kick. Parries the projectile. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? Ends with the projectile. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight!
Shoryuken? The low doesn't connect. Shoots off a fireball up close. Player 2 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Feng Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Knockout and Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. A parry? Drive reversal. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Jumps in. Gets a risky bucket. All the throw connects. Side switch in the corner. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to tank. We have Super Arts on deck. Just wraps it up with a decisive combo. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Give me a little bit more.
Final round. Fight!
Back at the start. They're not taking any chances. Barely blocks the jump in. Smart play to stop the opponent. Overhead. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta do better than that. Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Player 1 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. Medium kick into. Puffs while they're blinking. Close range projectile. Looking for a hold. Ooh, what a smart blow. Player 1 is in a very good spot. Reversal. Burnout, but they may have a plan here. The jump in is denied. Looks to take the win here. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Who's done all the throw connects? Big pick this time to bust this out. And dumps them. Player 1 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Nowhere to run.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight!
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Tries to turn up the pressure with an overdrive projectile. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're gonna eat tons of damage. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Puts one in the pocket. All that effort for so little payoff. Knockdown. Checks them with the projectile. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Feeling out the spacing. Player 2 chases them down. A big drive gauge disparity has opened up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they try to open that gap further. Goes for the super art? Player 2 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight!
Pops him with a shoulder use. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Projectile to try and change the situation. Did well to get the buff in there. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Player experiencing burnout. Going in. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. They're in the corner and the beatdown continues. Scrapping it out up close. Feng Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Anti-air in the clutch. Goes low. Both fighters not going anywhere. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Stuck in the corner, but not going down without a fight. Player 1, oh, burnout! Did they mean to do that? Oh, critical art now? Player 1 breaks through with the throw. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight!
Keeps him out. Oh, the throw connects. Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Juri kick for a mix-up. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Loads up above. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. A jump. There's a burnout. Player taps into the feng shui engine. Bumps while they're blinking. Back into the corner. Gets him with a Euro step. Quick medium poke. Nice. Reads the jump in perfectly. Player 1 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. They're recovered. What are they gonna do? Parry the fireball. Can they use their drive to stage a comeback? Burns out. Comes off the tank and scores the win.
Juri,
Player 1 comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about